Hey there, DMK family. Camilo here, bringing you another dose of skin revision with precision. Today, we're stopping by DMK therapist Monique Deville's Bird of Paradise Skin Therapy Clinic in Woodland Hills, California, where the beauty game is strong and the vibes are even stronger. So,
Thank you for having me. I am so excited to share my journey with you and DMK and everyone out there. I am Monique, the owner and esthetician of Bird of Paradise Skin Therapy, located in Woodland Hills. I specialize in corrective skincare, and I'm also, of course, a DMK skincare revision specialist. And I have to say, man, this StemZyme, it's on another level, and I'm really excited to be able to harness the amazing works that Danae has put into this product, and of course his team.
7 years in development or
Right,
something. Like it took
right.
yeah.
It took a long time, but stem cells is nothing to play with, you know, and to be able to harness the power of your own, that's unprecedented. So I'm very excited about it.
Find someone else.
Yeah, right.
Find someone else that's doing that right now. Would you take us through the application process of StemZyme and kind of break down each ingredient for us step by step?
Of course. So when it comes to StemZyme, it's an amazing ingredient profile. And this ingredient profile helps to break down old damaged cells and bring in healthier, new stem cells through the StemZyme patent technology.
It's a treatment that's designed to kind of activate your own stem cells and kind of get everything going.
Would you mind just introducing a little bit like more about your practice,
Sure,
how long
of
you've been in the game?
Of course, yes. I've been in the game for about 15 years now, counting towards 15 years. I specialize in all things corrective, and I've always had a passion for helping people see and uncover the true beauty within their skin. And being able to have this ability, I've helped thousands of people now in my career. And I'm always striving, always learning. And that's why I'm excited for DMK to keep coming out with new, innovative ways of creating and manifesting clear, healthier, balanced skin.
Look at the wall. Wait, pan to the wall. That's 15 years of aesthetic experience, ladies and gentlemen. We're dying to know. What motivated you to pursue a career in aesthetics, and when did you first fall in love with DMK?
In 2008, I was a young fledgling, just starting out, ears wet. And I came into becoming a medical assistant for a dermatologist. And having that exposure has shown me so many different skin ailments people deal with and how much it affected them. And it touched my heart because I really feel for people who don't feel themselves. When I was able to become a DMK therapist, I realized that I could use what I already learned from working for the dermatologist, but also come from a holistic approach. And DMK really harnesses a holistic approach by creating products to help the body heal itself. So that's why I was so interested in DMK, because it's like nothing I've ever experienced before, where instead of you're just applying products, you're actually paying attention to your cells. You're manifesting permanent change versus temporary change. And that in itself is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not just treating the symptom, right? You're like addressing the root cause,
Amen.
which is, again, find somebody else.
You're right.
I'd love to dive deeper into your journey as a skin professional, especially as a woman of color and also like a queer woman and small business owner. Has that lived experience informed the way that you like practice and a philosophy when treating patients?
You know, you treat people the way you want to be treated. In the beauty industry or in skin industry, whatever you want to call it, representation is key. That can be kind of hard to come by. I look at the person. I don't look at cultural or anything like that, but I do keep that in mind. You know, you have to have respect for everybody's views, everybody's ways, and I would want them to do the same for me. So as a Black woman and a lesbian, I am here and I understand. I come with open arms with everybody. I don't shun, I don't judge. That needs to be on the other side as well. You know, people need to treat people with respect because we're all humans at the end of the day. Yeah. But also we need to really recognize that it's more than just one skin type.
Run that back. Run that
We
back.
need to recognize there's more than one skin type. And we have a hue of beautiful colors. And all of those skin colors need to be addressed. All of those skin conditions need to be addressed. And it needs to come from a place of love. And if we stick right there, I think we're going to be fine as a society.
Skin conditions can look so different.
So different.
Like,
and
because
it's the same one.
Yes, it's the same skin condition, because there's like institutional bias in medicine, and like the studies that like were done on this specific condition were done with like exclusively white, like, or like, you know what I mean? Like
really
there's
a study. And that's the sad part about it.
yeah, then the conclusion is like, this is the only way that this could look like. So there's like a huge, it's like underrepresentation, like underserving of like Black experiences and like experiences of color in like medicine, aesthetics, any industry. So.
And then also education. You know, a lot of us, we don't know our skin because we weren't educated about our skin. Even in beauty school, Black skin, melanated skin wasn't really talked about compared to the rest of the Fitzpatrick scale. So that really needs to be brought up, and it needs to be brought up from out of the gate. You know, it shouldn't be something that we have to get advanced education for.
No, it's like implying that white is the default.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
And then all of a sudden now we're trying to figure out, oh, I don't know how to treat that skin type. For example, when I was a little girl, back in the 80s, it was a Sherman Oaks Galleria, and I wanted to get my hair done. I went into the salon. I was just like, I think it was like 5 or 6 years old. I went to the salon in the mall. There were salons in the mall. And they looked at me and they said, we can't do her hair. And I'm like, Mommy, why? And it's because of my coiled hair. And I thought to myself, but I have hair. So that right there alone, that shouldn't be an excuse. If you're servicing people, you need to service people. Not just service one type of people. Okay.
The lack of knowledge is like the the provider's problem, actually. Like not the client or the
Exactly. It's your problem that you don't know how to do this beautiful coily hair.
Let's go.
That's why I have these head wraps. Listen, if I'm coming to any treatment, my hair was just freshly pressed. If you don't have a head wrap for me, I mean a real head wrap, I'm like, do you know how long it takes to straighten?
We really want to talk to you about StemZyme. It's like a huge part of the reason why we're here today. I just wanted to ask you, can you share how StemZyme has revolutionized skincare for birds of paradise?
StemZyme helps to utilize your own stem cells versus being dependent on external sources like stem cell serums. Because you are harnessing the power of your own stem cells, you are able to send communications to build up parts of the stem cell that has been lacking or is not creating itself anymore.
Bringing the immunity
of the skin, the homeostasis, the pigmentation. It helps with all dysfunctions and functions of the skin. So instead of just adding in an epidermal growth factor serum, we're actually harnessing your own epidermal growth factors. We're harnessing your own TGF beta stem cells. We're harnessing more Langerhans cells from being created.
Langerhans cells.
We're melanocytes, keratinocytes, fibroblasts. We are building the house. And when you build a house and you have a strong foundation, nothing can break it down, not even an earthquake.
Absolutely.
Okay. This serum right here, pore dilating serum, actually helps to go down deep into the stem cell bulge, which is located in the hair follicle. Because we've done the alkaline treatment, we have opened up a pathway, and the pore dilating serum will help to go down and communicate with all those stem cells saying, hey y'all, it's time for you to come on out. It's time to play. And that's what we're doing with this one.
Well, Danae and Dr. Laconde are always talking about age as like actually being far less objective than we think. Like we have like physical age and we have biological age, which is like the age that your cells are. So StemZyme is really truly revolutionary because it literally brings your body back to a younger state, like a younger biological age internally, regardless of your physical age. So we're doing amazing things with StemZyme, and I'm so excited you get to be a part of it.
I am too. Cell correction is not easy, and also to maintain it is even harder. But if you have the foundation, you will be able to thrive at any age. And the foundation is definitely StemZyme, for sure.
Can you elaborate on how you tailor your approach to melanated skin and the vital role that personalized care plays in your aesthetic practice?
Yes. Well, the way I handle melanated skin is, first of all, you can't judge a book by its cover. When it comes to melanated skin, you have many different types of melanated skin. You can have 3, 4, and they can act like a 5, 6 when it comes to healing. So I always like to look at melanated skin as wax on, wax off method. You know, first I want to wax on. I want to see to make sure everything is balanced. If it's not balanced, we need to wax on that balance. Once that balance is there, then I wax off. We need to remove. Remember, DMK is about remove, rebuild, protect, and maintain. Okay?
Well, even just thinking about like melanin composition, like the Fitzpatrick scale is a little like it's so reductive because you can have different, like there's not more melanin in like melanated skin. It's just like taking up shape in the cell differently and like different, like it as Danae says, it all goes back to where you came from. Like, it's all just about your biology and your background and, like, where you were relative to the sun. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not going to address that because there's so much more diversity in the world than that.
And, of course, the ozone layer. We're living in a world, we're not living in the 1800s anymore, people. We're living in 2024 where we have...
My climate anxiety just...
Yeah, climate anxiety right here because you know, you understand. And so, you know, skin types that could deal with a lot of heat, skin types that, or skin conditions that were able to deal with these rougher environments can't even deal with California sun at this point. So, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I will say wax on, wax off method, or the remove, rebuild, protect, and maintain is strong in here. Now, how do I help my clients through this journey? Well, simple. You help them. You help them. You just don't do a treatment and send them off. You guide them. That's what it means to be a skincare professional, and especially if you are part of the DMK family, you understand that this is a road that takes two. It takes two. And so that's what I do. I'm always there for my clients. I write out instructions. If we need to change something, I'm there to change it. It's not about them being on their own. Once we remove this, we're going to apply the keratin enhancing serum. This helps to enhance the keratinized cells. It helps to stimulate those cells. And this will be going through a cryo and thermogenic treatment. So we're going to use hot and cold therapy for you.
You do so many things that are so intuitive and like empathetic and just like amazing in your practice. Like she has a panic button, you guys, for people when they're in enzyme jail, where she like puts it on their chest when it dries, like, and they're cracking, like they have a way to like reach her. Like you're really tapped into, you know, like what it would feel to be in that position.
You treat people the way you want to be treated. It's a very old saying, but it's true to this day. And if you do that, you will never go wrong.
What made you pursue paramedical skin revision with DMK? And do you have any advice for Program 1 STs that are considering it?
What made me decide to go into the paramedical side of DMK? Well, you know, I am paramedical. Why would I not? Why would I not? Like I started as a paramedical esthetician.
I was never not.
You know, but at the same time, I knew my environment was just the tip. I knew I needed to go deeper. And that's why I invested into DMK, because I understand that it's more than just a modality. It's more than just...
Wait, run that back.
It's more than just a modality.
It's a concept. Okay.
Concept, and it's also just making sure that you understand your tools, where they're placed, understand your tools from your products to your modalities. But it's not just that. You need to know how to work it and harness it.
It's a language.
It really is a language. It really is a language. So I knew I had to go deeper. And the DMK paramedical program was a no-brainer for me. Now, starting out with DMK, you can feel a little overwhelmed. And you might have to take that first class one more time. Okay?
Every year honestly.
Yeah,
right?
you know, because it's always changing, and it takes time to understand everything. Do not get your panties in a bunch because you don't know something off of the first class. You have to always reevaluate and always set that knowledge into your brain. And then, of course, you can move on to the paramedical. And even with the paramedical, I'm going to take the class one more time.
Yeah, more people. Yeah.
I'm going to take the class one more time.
With the tools we're working
The
with,
tools, it's no, like we are
it's like a
the,
scalpel.
yeah, we are in the epitome of paramedical. Like this is one stop before we go to medical. We help the medical side as far as getting the skin ready for whatever medical needs are necessary. So to have that knowledge and then to have the support, you know, my rep Laura, hands down.
Laura, mira, okay, ven acá.
So
Come here. Come
yeah,
say hi. Come say hi. She's right here.
please, like yes, let's get her in here. What you doing sitting on the side? Yeah,
I'm watching.
But see that is the kind of support you need. You know, if companies are not doing that for you, then you better know your stuff, because you're about to be put out there and you're going to be playing I guess it'll work on your clients, and we don't want that. We don't want that.
Absolutely not.
No.
Education.
Education's key, and it's all the way through until you're done and retired. But who's really retiring these days?
Yeah. Not my generation.
Yeah, ain't nobody retiring.
Just kidding. No, actually, our retirement plan is really good.
80. It's gonna be 80. By that time, we'll be good. Yeah.
I'm dead. Okay.
So now we're moving on to StemZyme 2, second packet, with 2 sets of hot and cold.
Beyond just paramedical or MD, what inspired you to specifically integrate StemZyme into your practice, and how have you seen it impact the lives of your clients?
Oh well, I've been learning about stem cells and growth factors for many years. I just really totally understood it when I went to the DMK boot camp. That's when
Shout out boot camp.
the boot camp was good. The boot camp really went in deep with how the functionality of stem cells are, especially myself being, you know, the ripe age of 45.
Like still like receiving waves of shock.
I understand the power of stem cells. I have been always intrigued by it. And now that it's more readily available, you have a lot of smoke and mirrors. So I really wanted to understand about how can I really harness the results of my stem cells and keep them.
Yeah.
Because it's great when I have the product on, but if I don't, then what am I going to do?
Well, like also, Danae was talking about bioavailability in an AMA the other day. What is a pig stem cell gonna do for you, a human being?
No,
Like that's not how it works. They don't. Yeah.
You can't. You just can't pluck stem cells and say, I'm going to put some apple stem cells on my skin and what, are you about to turn to an apple tree?
Yeah, there's no cross functionality in stem cells, guys.
Right.
It's.
I mean, it's cute if you want a little hydration, maybe, but I mean, really for lasting change.
Yeah, it's not going to stimulate your body's own production. Like, you know.
It won't even recognize it. It'll say, hey, thanks for visiting. So now we're going to apply StemZyme number 3. Now the skin nutrient paste is amazing because it will help to facilitate mitosis within the stem cell. And what mitosis is the division. And this is going to send communication to create melanocytes, keratinocytes, Langerhans cells. So it's really going to help to fill in the blanks that are missing. Because again, we're rebuilding the house.
What are some misconceptions you've encountered in your professional career regarding the treatment of melanated skin?
Misconceptions. The fact that, well, I mean, black don't crack. That's a big one right there. That's a misconception. No, black will crack. Black will crack. Black will sag. So, yes, you should put on your sunscreen and not play any games. I mean, that's like the biggest one because that's the oldest one out there. But when it comes to some people, they feel like, oh, you know, black skin can't do chemical peels. That's wrong. It can. Black skin can have chemical peels. It's just you have to be well versed and trained in how to apply it, understand the pH, understand through proper education. That's the whole step. It's really not hard. It's just that people are making it hard because some people just don't want to take that extra effort to learn. So that's the biggest part for me. Yes, black skin can do a lot of different treatments. The thing is that you need to understand the person in front of you because not every black skin is the same. All right, very good. Everything has a certain direction. So what we're doing is we are making sure we hit all the lengths over here in the chest, the neck. We don't want anything going down. We want everything pulling up. It's like you are drawing how you want their skin to come out. All right, probiotic cleanser. It's a lot of focus in this because you just want to get this mask off. I do a double rinse. You know, it's a whole thing. Now we're going to apply the enzyme 4.
You have to think, like you have to use your brain like as a therapist and like anticipate what might cause problems, or like as you're working with the skin, for example, with alkaline wash, like if you're like rubbing too hard, like and the skin becomes rubbery, like skin talks.
Right, skin
You know?
skin does talk. And then once you start listening and you understand the language, then it's a lot easier to understand what are the next steps to do next, because it really is intuitive and critical thinking matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're never going to get it 100% right at the beginning. So, you know, if you have to test it on yourself, test it on yourself. If you need to have models and work with it, but find ways of educating yourself if you're not able to get proper education.
Well, I mean, also like your client pool should reflect like the demographics in your community and your skill set. Like if we're talking about from a purely shrewd, like even just business point perspective, you at the very least need to know the people who live around you and how to work with their skin types.
Exactly.
Like, and if you're not doing that, work on it, because that's not the client's problem.
Right.
That's really truly your responsibility as a skin professional.
Satin SPF. Now with the satin SPF, there's a certain way you apply this, especially when it comes to darker skin tones. You want to melt it in your hands first. So I'm going to show you how to do that. See, it's real thick. I'm just going to push it out. Okay, so it's almost like a paste. And you warm it up in your hands. Okay, so we're making a little shield here, right? And because we don't have a lot on the skin, you know, we don't want to rub and tug, but we can just like press it in and it starts to melt into the skin.
Could you walk us through a typical StemZyme treatment and its benefits for age management and pigmentation concerns?
StemZyme, of course, it helps to break down and then it helps to rebuild. But within that time, it is communicating with the stem cells in very important areas. Like, for instance, the second portion is the pore dilating serum. Right, that's the pore dilating serum helps to go down deep within the follicle and draw out the little stem cells. Now these stem cells, some of them might have some little issues like, oh, you know, it's slowing production in one portion, or there's damage here in this part. So when it's drawn out, the whole process of the StemZyme helps to connect with those damaged stem cells, and it helps to create this flourishing environment. There is nothing out there that can do that. The only treatments for stem cells that can be incorporated, of course, is PRP, but PRP, it's very short-lived within the skin. It doesn't live very long. It's only good, the only purpose of it is wound healing. But when it comes to harnessing your own stem cells through the StemZyme treatment, this is actually physically changing your own stem cells, which are not going anywhere. It's powering up. Yeah. And then with the 50 days that you were on this, it is a metamorphosis when it comes to your stem cells. Its results are ridiculous, and they're long lasting. You know, that's the best part about it is that we're not dealing with a temporary fix. We're dealing with a permanent fix, along with, of course, provided you live a healthy lifestyle and you keep it going.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It was great, and the mask was relaxing, and I fell asleep. So all in all, it was a really nice, relaxing treatment. I feel like my skin is absolutely glowing. I feel like it's just brighter. Like it's brighter, it's glowing. I looked really refreshed. And I think another big thing is I look plump, right? Like plump.
Yep.
So those are some immediate things that I'm just like, oh, wow. Yeah.
Thank you so much again for inviting us. It's been like seriously such a pleasure. So lovely being here, and like she booked a whole day for us.
I did. Listen, I said we're gonna stay focused here because the StemZyme, this isn't the kind of treatment you just say, okay, bye. No, it's a whole process, you know, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you all.
Look out for Monique on socials, and stay tuned for her StemZyme results because they're gonna be popping.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Have a good
coming
one.
in.
Bye.
I'm just trying to live my best life.